What's up guys, BroStxrZ here, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial of a ZoneWars. And I know, from the looks of it, it looks pretty weird. But I didn't feel like building walls, you know, all the way up. Because that would just basically be useless. This is a tutorial. I'm not going to really be playing this map, unless you guys want me to. But if you do want to make a boxed up one, just know 7 walls high should be good enough. But for mine, it does not have a height limit. So you're going to need a few devices. You're going to need barriers, 2 music sequencers, player spawns, and a team settings and inventory. Let's go ahead and do the sequencers since lots of people don't know how to do it. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had fall damage. So for a sequencer, I suggest you do around 20 to 21 tempo, because the tempo is how fast the storm goes. Put looping on none, unless you want it to be looping. But this is a ZoneWars, most people don't want it to be. Width and height will be 100. And the length will be as long as your ZoneWars. For instance, I made my ZoneWars 40 squares long. If you go all the way up here, this is 40. You can see it ends right here. But if you want to, you can go ahead and just make it infinite, because it doesn't really matter. Then again, it's going to keep going until someone dies. Also, I suggest you make your ZoneWars long if you're going to do it like this, because people might not try and kill each other, and that's the bad part. Back to the settings. I'm going to give you settings. Looping, none. Tempo, around 20. Length, whatever. Height and width, 100. Zone visible during game, that's your choice. Pulse direction, forward. And damage level, elimination, unless you do not want it to insta-kill, and it can be ticking. Well, you could change the setting for ticking. In fact, I'll show you guys. Damage level is elimination. You can do whatever you want though. Medium, high. Activate on game phase. This is very important. Make sure this is game start, or it will not start when the game goes. You have to make sure to get this one. And that's it. And you can see how fast it is by clicking on it. What I did, since this was purple, is I made one and copied the settings, except it was not elimination, and it makes this super cool effect when you start the game. I think you have to start the game to see it. When you get closer, in fact, hold up. You'll see when I start the game. Anyways, I added some barriers here. You do not have to add barriers, but I did that as a choice so people can go out of bounds. I want to make it look, you know, clean. If you want to know what it was, you could pause the video and check out these settings. And so, make sure you have spawn pads. What I like to do every time I make a ZoneWars is put it like checkered, 1 space between each spawn, because either way, imagine the spawn was like right there. Let me get like a pump or something. If you heard someone spawn right next to you, you could go out and then just shoot them. But then again, most people, they box up at the start. Well, that's what I do at least. These are player spawns. You don't have to change any settings, just place them. And now it's time to do team settings and inventory. I kept this one just to do it for you guys, because this one is special. The settings, you don't have to change too many. The team is all, so all players can have their weapons. You could name it anything you want to. Visible during game, no, it's auto on that. You could change max health, infinite ammo. But if you leave most of this stuff on don't override, that means it will not override with this. In fact, pro tip, when you change something on here, it overrides your My Island. It overrides that. The My Island is useless when you have these. But these you want to drop weapons. I do not have it on infinite ammo, so I'm gonna give regular ZoneWars weapons. Uh-oh. Be careful when you're flying creative, because most people just drop down and they'll die if they have fall damage on. I'll get some ammo. You can change infinite maps if you want to. In fact, I'll go ahead and get the settings. We've done everything so far except for settings. These settings are very important. Some are optional, but I'm gonna go over the ones that are not quickly. Voice chat does not matter. Team is an optional one, but it's very complicated. You could do a free-for-all, or since it is your map, you could change it. You could change it to custom so you can get a 2v2 if you wanted to. Spawn limit is 1. If you do not put it on 1, then they're going to respawn. After last spawn to go, spectator. So once they die, they spectate until the round is over. Rounds does not matter. I did 100. Time limit is none. 5 minutes, I don't think is enough for a ZoneWars to be, and the time's going to end even if more than one person is alive. So make sure that is on none. Or if you want to, put it on 120 minutes. Score to end, I'll show you that later. Last player standing on. This is auto default sets off. Change this on. Anything that you want. What am I saying? Every time you want basically battle royale, last player standing wins. Make sure this is on. Join in progress is spectate. Make sure they spawn on spawn pads, not sky. Allow spectating other teams. This is optional. And I'll show you this in a second. Now these are the settings. The starting shields is set 0. If you want them to start with max shields, make sure it is 100%. Unless you do no shields, whatever you want. Infinite ammo, this is also optional, resources and stuff. But if you weren't going to do infinite resources, you were going to drop some here. And I forgot to drop some heals. Time to go back down. Builder can destroy the environment. These are very important. You have to change these certainly so that you can't damage structures except for player built ones. Builder can destroy environment? No. Environment damage, player built only. Structure damage, enemy and self built. Weapon destruction, 100. That's default. Pickaxe destruction, default. PvP damage, on. If you don't want pickaxes to break any builds, just switch this off. Allow item drop. You can tell if you want them to drop or not, or pick up. Eliminated players' items. This is optional. I do drop. Respawn time. That's your choice, but people won't respawn if you put on 1 life. Fall damage. Make sure this is on. ZoneWars have fall damage. Then again, this is technically optional. Jump fatigue. This is your choice. I keep it on. Glider deploy, make sure this is off. This is set on, and glider deploy is very annoying, especially when fall damage is on. Player limits and locations, team only. Health granted on elimination. This is your choice. I do 25 just so they don't die or get one tap as soon as they kill someone. And if you go down, there's maximum equipment slots. This is your choice fully, but you're going to have to count how many guns you give the people to see how many slots you would give. You can't go more than 5 slots though. Now, down here, elimination score and assist score. These are for a little HUD I added. If you go to UI, you can change some stuff like HUD info type. I put it on a score. HUD info type shows, creature eliminations, objectives. I did score. If you want to make a ranking system to see who has the most eliminations, go down here and put scoreboard win condition, eliminations, scoreboard tiebreaker, scoreboard tiebreaker 2, doesn't matter, I do time alive on all my maps. Make sure HUD info type is score, it's auto set on nothing, and make sure show cumulative stat value on HUD is yes. Now, what you want to do to make sure you get points from eliminating people is what we saw earlier. I think it's on game. There you go. I'm going to put friendly fire on. I don't know why. Elimination score. You can change this up to negative. What's the max number? 10,000. Yeah. I put mine on 2. An assist score. I don't think you'll be getting any assists when it's free for all, but you can change that if you want. I'll put it on 0 just so you don't get free points. And here's a little pro tip that not a lot of people know. If you go down, you can do your own custom and defeat victory callouts. I'm gonna do mine's. Ye as win. I'm gonna do take the L as lose. And it auto sets. You can also change victory sounds. I'm gonna do placement on endgame callout. And here's also another pro tip. Make sure create backup island. So if you accidentally mess something up, that's gonna be annoying to fix. Just go back to backup and you'll fix it. Make sure also to double check. Let's double check and make sure everything's okay. I'm gonna name this island BroStxrZ ZoneWars, if the game will let me. Make sure you press down your right little joystick or it will not save. I have made this mistake plenty of times. And it should show right on your left side of the screen. And now let's start game and see what's happening. If you start game while you're by yourself in a game, it's not going to end the game as soon as you spawn. Which is good. That means you can test out the storm. As you can see, storm comes. And this is what I was talking about. When you add another sequencer behind it, it gives this cool purple effect. And since I added a nebula as the little barrier, it fits perfectly. Now let's see if fall damage is on. Yep, fall damage is on. The elimination, I've tested it in other maps. It really works. And if you don't believe me, go search up how to do rankings. Yeah, rankings. What is wrong with me? Anyways, BroStxrZ, if you liked the video, subscribe. Hope this helped you out. I'm going to be doing more creative tutorials in the future. Let's try and hit 10 subscribers, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye.